Yes, we are recording. Okay. Welcome back, gentlemen. First thing that we always have to say that the reason that we are learning this limit is not so we should fly around in Shemaim, but rather to do what the Baal Shem Tov said that he wanted all of Klal Yisrael to be doing, is to be attaching themselves to Hashem Yisborach, and the highest way that we can attach ourselves to Hashem Yisborach is through learning the highest Torah, and that is the reason why we have permission to learn Panemius HaTorah. Okay. Now, just a little announcement. In Yetz Hashem, Rav Mata Frank is coming to Toronto. Okay, he is coming, what's today? Thursday. He's coming in a week from Tuesday. Okay, so he's coming a week from Tuesday, and he's going to be here from Tuesday till Monday, and he's going to be Shabbos here in this shul in Kahal Yurem of Thornhill, in Yetz Hashem. He's going to be speaking all around the city. As a matter of fact, we just found out that he's going to be speaking by Shal Shivas in the Bayit in Yetz Hashem. As well, there's going to be a Kumzitz by Harav Shmuel Werner in the Werner Stiebel in Yetz Hashem Thursday night. I found out now that the Bukharim are going to have an event for a breakfast Sunday morning, but it will be in Ivrit, probably without a translation, and many other events happening in Yetz Hashem from Tuesday until Monday in Yetz Hashem. So it is not to be missed. Okay, he usually only comes once a year, and it's very action packed. So please come. Okay, so let's get back into it. Even though we've done a little bit of this before, but it's the beginning of an Inyan, so we're going to go through quickly what we did before, and then we'll continue. So we're going to start on page Kuf Pei. No, that's the point, right? Page Kuf Pei. In the middle of the page, the second paragraph, Vesidru. Does everybody have that? Okay. Vesidru lanu kadmonenu seder tefillah shachris b'chol yoyim. Our Chazal set up for us the tefillah of shachris every day. Al derech hadalav elamas halalu. The way that we daven shachris is that we accessed these four spiritual worlds that we have been speaking about until now. But oifen halicha madrega lamadrega, the way that it works is we travel from one level to the next higher level. Ke'ein shenichnasin leheichal melech basar v'dam. It is similar to how we enter the palace of a human being king, a human king. Ki malchusa derakia ke'ein malchusa da'ara. Because the Malchus, the kingdom of Shemayim, of up above, is just like the kingdom of down below. That means that we can look at a king down below in his palace, and this is merely a reflection of the king, which is Hashem himself, Kavayochel, in Shemayim. V'seder tefillah b'chol oilam v'oilam, hu kedei lasveis the tikkun hashayach b'makom ahu. The reason why the tefillah is set up, that we go through the four worlds when we daven shachris in the morning, is because in every world there is a tikkun to be done. There is something to be fixed in every world, and it's not just we fix it once. There is something that needs to be fixed every single day.
Is it always the same thing that needs to be fixed?
That's a very good question, and I don't know the answer to the question. The question was, is there a certain thing that needs to be fixed? I don't know the answer to the question, but this is what I do know. I do know that there's a chelik, there's a portion for every yid, every Jewish person, to fix every single day. And even if you fixed it on Monday, then on Tuesday there's something else to be fixed. And not only that, but it's not just every single Jewish person has his thing that he needs to fix. So can I know how we have many millions of Yidden today. Every one of them has a certain thing that is destined for him to fix in the morning by Shachris on let's say today we just had Tu B'Shvat, so on the 18th day of Shvat in the morning, he has a certain thing that he has to fix by Shabbos, and that applies to, and I cannot fix what is someone else's job. So we all have our own things that we need to fix. And it all has to do with our shurish neshama, the root of our souls. Okay. V'sidra tefillah b'chol olam v'olam kadei hu kadei lasveis hatikkun l'shach b'makam ahu. So in each of these four worlds that we go up to every Shacharis morning, there's something to be fixed in each one of those worlds. So therefore, yala b'machshavto, you should imagine in your mind be'esa tefillah when you are davening Shacharis ki'ilu, as if hu boikea avirim v'rakim. A person should imagine that he is breaking through avirim. Avirim usually means air or space. Verakim means skies or heavens. He's breaking through and he's going to these high holy places. Umala nishmasoi me'olam el olam. And he is rising his neshama from one world to the next. Al zeh oifen, in the following way. Please turn the page. We are now on Kuf Pei Beis Aleph. Okay, now this world is the world of Asiyah. This is the lowest of the four worlds. So when we start davening, we are still in the world of Asiyah. We're here on this physical world. This is this world. This is where we begin the first preparation to go up to Hashem. How do we do that? We start to say in the morning the Parsha of Korbanos. After we make brachas in the morning for Shacharis, we say the Akedah, and then we say all these Korbanos. And so let me continue. So what's this whole thing about, you say Korbanos in the morning by Shacharis? What is that? Through saying Korbanos, Korbanos means the sacrifices, right? It's all the different sacrifices that we speak about in the Torah. We're giving those sacrifices, we're bringing those sacrifices every morning. And through sacrifices, we atone for sins. You may not enter the palace of the king with a sackcloth as your clothing. That means to say you can't enter the king's palace if you have averis, or if you have transgressions against the king. You can't do that.
No felons allowed.
No felons allowed. So you can't go in with dirty clothing, or here's a sackcloth. You can't go like that. You have to go in clean. Umavriach as a klipois sheloi yimna'uhu. When you say the korbanos and you're machaper on your averis, you chase away the klipois, the shells. That means the forces of evil in Kabbalistic talk. Sheloi yimna'uhu, that they should not hold him back. Me'alois el Hashem, they should not hold him back from rising up to Hashem. Ve'kivan shehu b'olam hasiyah, and since he is in the world of Asiyah, ikr tikinoi, the main tikkun in the olam Asiyah hu ba'amiras seder avodas beis hamikdash shu avodas Hashem b'maisa. So the main tikkun that we can do here in us, because he's saying like this, because this world is a world of asiyah. Asiyah means deed, action. That's what this world is called, the world of action. So, where are in the Torah, when a person is being Oved Hashem, what is the action? The action is in the Beis Hamikdash. In other words, the Beis Hamikdash, we don't have it right now. In Yetzer Hashem, when Mashiach comes, we'll have it again. But right now, the Beis Hamikdash was the place of action. What does it mean, action? Because everybody came there. The Kohanim were doing the avoid in the Beis Hamikdash. The Leviim were singing in the Beis Hamikdash. And the Yisraelim were coming, and they were bowing to Hashem, and they were bringing korbanos.
They were making barbecue.
And making a barbecue. So, it used to be, Yiddishkeit is still exciting, but it was even more exciting in those times because because it was happening, and you saw.
It was experiential.
It was experiential, totally
Goof.
experiential, exactly. And the whole thing that we have. What's that? Yeah, okay. There's so many things. I don't want to go into it. Absolutely, it was and the Mission Pirkei Avos says 10 miracles that happened constantly in the base of Mikdash. That the flesh, the meat never spoiled, and there was never flies, even there was blood and guts, and there was never flies over there. And then when they bowed, they stood like this, very, very tight together. When they bowed, they had enough room to bow, etc., etc. So, Beis Hamikdash was a fantastic experiential experience, and unfortunately, we don't have it now. And a whole davening is just a replacement of that. Just a replacement of that. That's the main reason we daven. But to make a long story short, so what he says is the reason why we say the korbanos in this world of Asiya, that's where we start, because Asiya means to do, and the avoid the Beis Hamikdash was all doing, much more than any other avoid that we have. So that is the avoid of the world of Asiya. And I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. Unfortunately, we're always rushing, and we're always coming late, and there's carpool and everything else. And yes, it's true that if you show up late to davening, in the Shulchan Aruch says you can skip certain parts of davening, and there are people that never say the korbanos because they just skip them. And the joke is, which I said before, when I come late to davening, the first thing I sacrifice is the korbanos. That was a joke. So it's very, very important. I know there are pressures, believe me, but it's very, very important, if you can, to come on time to davening and say the korbanos. It's an essential part. According to the Rizal, you can't skip. Yes, it's true. According to Rav Yosef Cairo, the Baal Shulchan Aruch, yes, you skip the korbanos in order to say Tefillah B'Tzibur, say Shemon Esrei with everybody else. But according to the Rizal, no, you can't. If you skip the korbanos, you're messing up the whole system. And some people say, well, I'll say it afterwards. I'll say it after davening. That's better than not saying it at all. But like the Bava Rebbe Reb Shlomo used to say, if I'm trying to call somebody on the telephone and I dial the numbers in the wrong order, will I get through? And the answer is no, you will not get through. You have to daven, you have to push the buttons in the right order. Okay, so that's why you can't skip the korbanos according to the Arizal. Okay, next, base. Then we get to the second level of the davening, from Baruch Sha'amar until Yishtabach. That what is happening there? Nichnasim lo'olam hayitzira. What's that?
Is this with Nusach Sfar?
You could say it. Why? Because Ashkenaz starts with Baruch Sha'amar.
But starts with Hodu.
It does. So that's an interesting point that you're saying. So that from Hodu to Baruch Sha'amar is some kind of a quasi zone, some kind of a gray. Yeah, exactly. A gray zone. That's a very good question. It's a very good question. But the Iker of Pusukei de Zimra starts at Baruch Sha'amar. So let's start again. Mi Baruch Sha'amar ad Yishtabach, from Baruch Sha'amar until Yishtabach, nichnasim lo'olam hayitzira. We enter the world of Yitzira, which is called the world of formation. Shehu Duglas Chatzar HaMelech. This is an example of the courtyard of the king. In other words, the area outside of the palace. It's part of the palace, but it's outside. It's a courtyard. It's outside of the palace, outside of the building. And there we say, in Pesukei de Zimra, we sing songs and praises. Hanikra Pesukei de Zimra. And this is called in Chazal Pesukei de Zimra. That means psukim, sentences of Zimra, of song.
So the section of Hodu before from Hodu to Baruch Sha'amar, that's not.
It's also like I said, it's some kind of gray area. It's more considered this than this world, the second world, than the first world. Kisham. So why is this called Pesukei de Zimra? Kisham nitzrich avoida gedola lezamer aritzim. This is very interesting. He says over here in this world of Yetzira, there's a big avoida to cut off the oppressors. Now, what does this mean? Okay, mipnei ha'avadim v'hashomrim hanimtsoim. Turn the page. B'chatzar hamelech she'ena menichim likanes. Okay. Again, he's making a comparison to a live human king. And like we said, the world down here is just a reflection of the world up there. But everything is just a reflection or a shadow. It's all equal. It's a real reflection. It's a true reflection. So what he's saying is that down here, the king has guards. He says shomrim, avadim v'shomrim. He has servants and guards that guard the palace, and they don't let you come in. Right? That's every king has that, and even prime minister, whatever it is, you need guards guarding his personal residence. Now it's a play on words here because Psuke de Zimra means really psukim of song. However, there is a in the Gemara when it talks about this shorish of zemer, zayin mem reish, it also means to prune. Prune means to prune a tree. You cut off branches from a tree. It means to cut off. So on the one hand, yes, it's psuke de zimra. It is sentences of song that we sing to Hashem. But Kabbalistically, it's psuke de zimra, which means sentences or psukim to cut off. What does that mean to cut off? Because through these songs and praises, we cut off the oppressors. We cut off these guards and these servants that are trying to hold us back from entering the palace of the king. Okay, so we turn the page to Kuf Pei Dalit. We're on the second line. V'kivan she'olam hayetziru hu neged sfiras tif'eres. Now we spoke about this before, that the olam of Asiya is connected Malchus, the sphere of Malchus, but the next one up is connected Tif'eres. And Shehu, the next page, Bechinas Dibur. Now we spoke about this also, that Tif'eres is the Bechina of Dibur, which means speaking, right? Every sphera has a certain action attached to that sphere. The action that is attached to the sphere of Tif'eres is Dibur, speech. Iker Tikinoi, who the main tikkun that happens in Tiferes is the tikkun of speaking through your mouth. And that's why the oilam of Yetzirah begins with Baruch She'amar, because She'amar means Baruch, blessed, is Hashem She'amar, that spoke. So we enter it's not for nothing that we say that word She'amar, Baruch She'amar, when we begin to enter the world of Yetzirah, because the entire world of Yetzirah is Keneged Tiferes, and Tiferes is Keneged Dibur, speech. Oh, so Baruch She'amar v'hai olam, and the world was created. Yeah?
Did we discuss Tiferes being connected speech?
I think we did discuss it in the previous chapters.
Peh is Tiferes? When you do the body model, that's Malchus Peh. Malchus, the other Peh, but what about the top Peh, like
Right. So let me tell you. So let me tell you this. That Peh. Let me just say something. Peh, the mouth, and speech is not exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Right. The mouth is the tool from which the speech exits, but speech is a different concept than the mouth, even though they're obviously related.
Right. I guess that was tested for Tiferes, right?
Chesed, right, keep going.
Which is the body, I thought.
Tiferes is the body, but then there's also
saying Dibor is not Peh.
There's an action attached to each of these four categories. The action of Tiferes is Dibur.
Okay.
Yeah, but good question. Very good question. We're on the last line before we go to Gimel. Second last line. So he's saying like this. We start that tefillah Baruch She'amar v'haya olam. Blessed is Hashem that spoke and created the world. So he says Shel olam nivra al yedei dibiroi shel Hakadosh Baruch Hu. The world was created through the speech kaviyachol of Hashem. Because that's what you see in Bereshis. Nasa Adam, Yehi Rakia, Yehi Or. It's Hashem speaking. Hashem says these things. Oh yeah, you might find an interesting diagram back there. That you probably will find one that speaks about this. Probably will. Okay, let's go now. Okay, all that we just did now is what we've done in the past, and now we're going to new territory. Right. Okay, let's. What's that?
Right.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh no! Now, actually, here's an interesting comment. On the top line of Kuf Pei Hey, page Kuf Pei Hey, you'll see that in brackets you see a Tes Zion. Do you see that on the top in brackets? Sorry? Yes, Dibor, right. Now go to the top right-hand corner in the commentary. Do you see it says Bechinas Dibor? Okay, here we go. So what did we say? We said that Tiferes, the Sir Tiferes, Shehu Bechinas Dibor, it is the Bechin of Dibor. Okay, go up there. Bechinas Dibor. Koyach HaKoil Sha'adam Nishaver Ayidei Hamshachas Hevel Avir Mehalev V'Hareya L'Soich HaKana Sheyesh V'Sheish Izkin. Okay, this is what he says. He says, what is Dibur? He's explaining to you what is Dibur, what is speech. So he says, Koyach HaKol, the power of the voice, Sheba Adam, that is in a man, Nishave, is created, Al Yedei Hamshachas Hevel. How is speech generated? It's generated through Hamshachas Hevel, listen to this, through drawing air. He puts in brackets avir. Avir means air. As a matter of fact, the word air is a takeoff on the word avir. It is, yeah. And there's many that you like that. There's many. By the way, now that we said that, I'll just make a side point. It is very interesting. The point I said now is 100%. The word avir, it means like this. The English word air is based on the word avir.
So the
air.
vav and the yud are on top of each other for the eye.
Say that again.
An eye is a vav with a yud on top.
An I
The letter small case I
is a vav with a yud on
So
top.
that's why it looks like the same. The vav and the yud kind of look like the eye together.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty interesting. That is very interesting. That's very interesting, yes. And just by the way, I don't want to go off topic. However, I know at least 2 books. There was an amazing book that came out. You can probably get it. It's probably out of print, but you can probably get it on Amazon like everything else. The book is called The Word. The Word. I have it. It's big and it's red. It's soft cover. Fascinating book. Maybe next time I'll bring it just to show you guys, if I can find it. It goes through words in English that are all based on Lashon Kodesh, on the original Hebrew, and you'll be fascinated. For instance, what word do you think ash in English? Ashes? What word do you think is that based on in Lashon Kodesh? Aish. Exactly. Aish, ash. And there's many examples of this, but I don't want to go too much off topic. But if Rabbi Kita Tatz was very excited about this book. I think I heard about it from him. And it's called The Word. And then they came out with a second volume, and I don't think Rabbi Tatz knew about it, and I brought it to his attention. I have that too. So you can look out for these 2. Yeah.
Your claim to fame, yeah.
Yes. Look out for these 2. They're amazing books if you want to. Totally amazing books. Okay. Sorry, so now let's get back to again. Let's start again. Bechinas Dibur, Koyach HaKol. What is speech? The power of the voice, Sheba Adam, in a man. Nishave is created al yedei hamshachas hevel avir, through drawing air mehalev. This is how, I don't know if scientifically it's this way, but this is the emes. This is the truth. The air is drawn from the heart, the hareya, and from the lung, lesoich hakana, into the kana. The kana is the windpipe. Kana means a pipe. The windpipe of the body, and in the windpipe of the body, sheyesh ba shis Izkin. Shis is a Ramesh, is Aramaic. It means 6. Izkin. Oh, look in the brackets. Sheish tabois. The windpipe, this probably is scientifically true or biologically true. The windpipe is created with 6 rings. So there's some kind of 6 rings in a person's windpipe. What is the significance of 6 rings that make up a human being's windpipe? This is where you see Tiferes. Hakulula mishisha ketzavois. What did we say about the sphere of Tiferes? We said in the spheres go Keser Chachma Bina Das. Then it goes Chesed Gvura Tiferes Netzachoy Gesoid. So in truth, Tiferes is the middle one, it's only one. However, we do call the whole category of all 6, all as a general thing, we can call that all Tiferes as well. Again, Tiferes is the name of one single sphere, 1 of 10. However, there is a thing that you can call Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Chod, Yesoid. You can call that whole group Tiferes. Why is that? So this is why. So listen, this is why there are 6 rings in a person's windpipe, because the windpipe is the voice, and the voice is connected Tiferes, and Tiferes is the group of 6 spheres. Not only that, he's going to continue. Okay, keep going. Oh, he says what they are. Look at the Rosh Tevis. Chagas nehi. Chesed Grua Tiferes Netzachoy Yesoid in the brackets. V'nirmaz be'ois vav. And guess what? It's hinted to with the letter vav. Shel Shem Havaya. Okay, so again, this is very significant because Shem Havaya works like this: Yud K Vav K. So Yud is Keneged Atzilis. Hey is Keneged Bria. Vav is Keneged Yitzira. That's what we're talking about now. And the final Hey is Keneged Asiya, which is Malchus. So it's not a coincidence.
Vav is 6, right?
And Vav is 6. And Vav is 6. Ki hakana he, and listen to this, another connection. Listen to what he's going to say now. Ki hakana he betzuras ois Vav. The windpipe looks like a Vav. It's a pipe. The yesh b'sheish is kin, and the windpipe has 6 rings. The k'moshe kasav b'pardas rimonim. Pardas rimonim is the sefer from who? Gentlemen, who's pardas rimonim? Oh, come on, guys. Come on, you can't sit in my shir and not know who. Who?
Sorry, Pardes.
Rimonim. It means, what does it mean? It means the orchard of pomegranates. There was a famous.
Thinking Ariyah Kadosh.
The Ariyah Kadosh? You're not far off. The Ramak. Very good. Rabbi Greenspan gets it. It was a Ramak. And until the Arizal came, by the way, the Ramak wrote a fantastic sefer, a big, thick sefer. I'll tell you something interesting about it, not to go too off topic. He called it Pardes Rimonim. This sefer was the Kabbalah sefer until the Arizal came. This was the sefer, Pardes Rimonim. Everybody learned it. And it's so big and thick, and not only that, but the Ramak, his name was Rav Moshe Cordovero. He was actually, some people say he was the Rebbe of the Arizal, because when the Arizal came to Tzvas, he came during the end of the life of the Ramak, and he actually sat in the Shiurim of the Ramak. And just a little tidbit, when the Ramak was and nobody even knew who he was. He sat at the back, nobody knew who the Arizal was. And when the Ramak was passing away on his deathbed, the Talmidim asked him, who is taking over? And he said, the person who sees the pillar of fire going ahead of my body by my levaya, he is the one who should take over. Ma'asa Kodesh Baruch Hu. The Ramak passed away, and there was a certain place set aside for him. They dug a grave for the Ramak, and they started the Chevra Kadisha. The Levaya happened, and they started taking the Ramak to that place. And the Arizal, who nobody knew who he was, piped up and said, "Why are you taking him to that place? The pillar of fire is over there." And everybody looked at him and was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And they had to go and they had to dig up another place. And the Arizal said, no one could see that pillar of fire. Only the Arizal could see it. And he said that, and then everyone knew that the Arizal is taking over, and that's the beginning of the career of the Arizal in Sfas. To make a long story short, one other interesting thing that I have to share with you is practical Kabbalah Chas v'Shalom we do not use. We do not use it. Reb Chaim Vital warns against it. That someone who learns, this is not called practical Kabbalah. Practical Kabbalah means doing things to change the laws of nature. That's practical Kabbalah. We do not do this. And the Reb Chaim Vital warns people that we don't have Ephar Apara today. So we're all Tameh. We are all Tameh without Ephar Apara. Okay? In the times of Abaye and Rava, believe it or not, they had it. They still had Ephar Apara. And that's why they say that we have a Chazal that Abaye, this is kind of bizarre but extremely interesting, that Abaye and maybe a Rava, they went and they used to create every Erev Shabbos a calf. They used to create a calf and they used to eat it. There's such a chazal. It could be a zoyer or a medrash. I don't remember. And how can they do it? They had Ephar Apara. If you had Ephar Apara, they were not Tamei Meis, and they could do it in Tahara. So, says Reb Chaim Vital, even if you use practical Kabbalah, even if it works, you will not. It will come back to bite you. And he says all kinds of terrible, very scary things. Either the person will become poor, or the person will die, or his children will die, or all kinds of chas v'shalom. So no one should ever. We learn what we learn in order to get close to Hashem and have a better understanding of the Torah and a better understanding of Hashem, and hopefully to get to some kind of dvekas with Hashem. But chas v'shalom, to go to, there are many svarim written about practical Kabbalah. You are allowed to study it, but you dare not try it. Okay. Why did I say all that? Because the part is reminded. So there's a little. I don't want to use the word trick, but there's such a thing called hashbaz hakolmus. Hashbaz hakolmus. You know what that means? That means that you bind a certain malach. It seems to mean. And that malach is in charge of your pen or your quill, and the pen will write on its own, and that's what they say. That they say when the Ramak was, I think they say on the Ramak wrote so much that it came out impossible that he could write so much. At Almai, they say he did it through using Shemus, and he did Hashbaz HaKolmis, which the pen wrote on its own, and it wrote quickly. And I'll tell you something else. So they found the Kisvei Yodas, they found the manuscripts of the Heilige B'nai Yisachar. And anytime someone wrote manuscripts, any tzaddik, he always made mistakes. And he crossed out, he wanted to change the word, he made mistakes, crossed out. In the manuscripts of the B'nai Yisachar, there are no mistakes. There are nothing crossed out. And they say, how could it be such a thing? And B'nai Yisachar wrote so much. And they said, because Hashbaz HaKolmus doesn't make mistakes. No mistakes when you do Hashbaz HaKolmus. Okay. Sorry for that little aside. I could not resist. Okay.
Still on that side note.
What'd you say?
We're on the side note.
We're still on the side note. Pardes Rimonim. Okay, so the K'moshe Kazim Pardes Rimonim, as a Ramak Harav Moshe Kor Deviro said in Pardes Rimonim, Ein kol ela mitzada tiferes. You only have voice in quotation marks. Voice is always connected to tiferes. Excuse me. V'hu hanikra kol b'chol makon. Anytime you have the word kol, voice, it refers to tiferes. Okay. Now we're gonna hit Gimel. Did we do no? Now Gimel. Okay. Gimel. How are we doing time wise? We're doing okay. Gimel. Birchas Yoitzer Or. Now we have gone through the first two lower worlds. We're entering now the third world. Birchas Yoitzer Or. In the bracha of Yoitzer Or. Yoitzer Or Uvorei Choshech. Nichnasim ba'olam habriya. We enter the world of Bria. the world of creation. Shehu Heichal HaMelech. This is the palace of the king. Now, Heichal has different translations. You could say it means a palace. You can say it means a chamber. You can say it means a room. I guess the palace of the king is the nicest way to express it. All these things all basically mean the same thing. Shu Heichal HaMelech, Makoim Asher Kol HaMesharsim V'Sarei HaMelech Nimsoim. This place, the king's chamber, is the place where all the Mesharsim, all of his servants, V'Sarei HaMelech, and the king's officers, Nimsoim, they're found over there. V'Sham Mesaprim Eich HaMalachim, and over there they speak of Eich HaMalachim V'Srafim Meshabchim Imekalsin Es HaMelech. They speak over there of how the Malachim and Srafim, Malachim is a certain kind of angel, Srafim means a fiery angel. They speak about how the angels and fiery angels, Meshabchim Mekalsin Es HaMelech, how these angels, they praise the king. When you find yourself there in that palace of Bria in the morning when you're davening Shachris, when you find yourselves there, mekablin oil malchus shemayim b'miras kriyas shema. We accept upon ourselves the yoke of heaven with the recitation of kriyas shema. This is almost the highlight of our davening, not quite, but a very, very big part, because this is when we accept upon ourselves Hashem as our king. Laharois, to show, l'loidia, and to make known, Shegam anu b'nei Yisrael, that us, the children of Israel, hinenu avadim hane'amanim. We are avadav hane'amanim. We are Hashem's faithful servants. The kivan, that's what it means, that we're makabel on ourselves. Olmach l'shmai. The kivan she'olam habriyahu neged sirius bina, and since the oilam of Bria, what's Marav now? No. You need to stand up, okay. And since the oilam of Bria is connected to the sphere of Bina, right? We had said just now that we had just spoken that the oilam of Yetzira is connected to Tiferes. Now we're going to go one category up. So now we're going into Bria. What is Bria? What's the next? After the 6 spheres of Tiferes, what is the next rung up? It's Bina. So the kivan she'olam habriya who neged spheres bina. Since the oilam of bria is connected to sphere of bina, ikir tikinoi, the main thing that we fix over there, who behis boinanus. Through deep, isbanus means deep thinking. A better word, like contemplation. Oh, that's the word, contemplation or meditation. Behizboinus gedulas haboire, the contemplation, deep contemplation of the greatness of our Creator, uba'avoidas hamalachim, and the avoida and the worship of the malachim, hamesharsim lefanov, who do avoida before Him be'ema ve'yira, with great fear. Dalit. We're contemplating Hashem and the whole thing, the whole world, the malachim, Hashem, the whole. That's right. So we say right. This is what we're talking about in chakras, that right before Krishna, right?
Is at that level.
Sorry.
They're in that world of.
That's right. Bria. That's right.
Tanya talks at length
about
contemplation on the greatness of God.
The contemplation.
About generate the love of God, fear of God, through contemplation.
Right. Very important. This is the whole thing.
Times.
Yeah. I believe that the whole world that's into meditation is a big thing today. This all comes from us. Our avoid was always in davening meditation. Meditation is contemplation. This is what it is. Okay, Dalit. At the towards the bottom of the page. But Tefillah Shmona Esrei, when we start the Tefillah of Shmona Esrei, Nechnasim lo'olam ha'atzilus, we enter the world of Atzilus. Atzilus means nearness.
Etzel?
Eitzel, exactly. Eitzel means next to, nearness. Yes, because according to the Arizal, the way I understand it, is the world of Atzilus is the world of Yud Kei Vav Kei. This is where Hashem. Again, this gets tricky, but we're going to get into it. But there's higher places of Atzilus as well. However, let's just say this for now: that Yud Kei Vav Kei, as we know it, its place is in Atzilus. Let's just say that. What's higher? We'll speak about that at a different time. These are different emanations of Hashem. How Hashem shows Himself in different places at different levels. So again, Daled. B'tfilah Shemona Esrei nichnasim la'olam ha'atzilus. When we begin Shemona Esrei, we are entering the world of Atzilus. V'zoichen lamoid etzloi. We are zoiche to stand next to Him. Etzloi in quotation marks. That's why this place is called Atzilus. Etzlo Yizborach Shemoi, next to Hashem, Yizborach Shemoi, His name be blessed. Mamish next to Him. That's how you're supposed to. When it says, I think even the Mishnah Berurah says that when you daven Shemona Esrei, you're supposed to have in mind that you're standing really in front of Hashem. But Lachain, therefore, Nikra b'Shem Tfilas Ha'amida. Now, in Chazal, Shemona Esrei is called the Amida. Amida means to stand. Why? Because we stand. You can't walk around. Your feet have to be together. You have to be standing. It's called Tfilas Amida. But he says a little different. Another reason called Tfilas Amida. Sha'az, because then Oimeid ha'adam samuch etzlo yizburach shemoi kaviyachol. It doesn't just mean you're standing. It means you're standing next to Him. That's why it's called standing. Again, She'az oimeid, he stands. The man stands. Ha'adam samuch, close. Etzloi yizborach shemoi kavayachol. It's as if he's standing next to Hashem kavayachol. Umedaber imoy b'lashoin noichach burich ata. This noichach means facing. The way we talk to Hashem, even when we make brachas. But here too, in Shemona Esrei, we say Burich Ata Hashem. We say to Hashem, blessed are you, Ata. That means you. When you say something, when you address somebody, you're facing him. Hey, you. It's you. So this shows how close we are when we're in Shemona Esrei. We are very, very close to Hashem, so we can say Burich Ata, blessed are you. But the truth is, anytime you make a bracha, it's Burich Ata. Umischanein elav. Keven hamisgageya lifnei aviv. We entreat to Hashem. We daven to Hashem as a child who longs for his father. Ubazen nasa tikkun v'yichud hagamor ba'olam atzilus. Through doing this, daven Shemona Esrei and longing to be with Hashem, pining to be with Hashem. But then as a tikkun, we do the tikkun of the yichud hagomer, the full fixing and the full yichud, bringing everything together. Ba'olam atzilus, in the world of atzilus. By doing this, by us davening Shemona Esrei, not just in Shachris, but in Mincha Marav also, and Misaf on Shabbos and Yom Tov. By doing this, we bring down oirois, lights, v'hashbuas, toivois, and good brachas, the Knesset Yisrael to the Jewish people. And when we fix these four worlds by davening Shachris, Nasa Yichid Shalem El Arba Oisis Shel Hashem Havaya. By davening Shachris every single morning, we are making a Yichid Hashem through the four letters, the Hebrew letters of Hashem's name. Because the four worlds hein keneged dalid oisei shel shem havaya burechi k'mavur le'el, like we spoke before. The four worlds are keneged the four letters of Hashem. Hashem's name Havaya. Why? Because Atzilus is keneged the Yud, and Bria is keneged the first Hey, and Yitzir is keneged the Vav, and Asiya is keneged the final Hey. So when you ascend in davening Shachris from one world to the next, you are connecting those 4 letters. So by the time you have reached Shmona Esrei, you have connected the entire name of Hashem, and you have Yud Kei Vav Kei connected. And that's boom, boom, boom. That's an atomic reaction. And then all great things happen when you're in Atzilus, and then all the brachas, you fix what you have to fix. And then once Hashem's name is Kaviyuchel together, then everything, all the brachas are showered down. Oh, now he says it. Go to the next page. Kuf Pei Zayin. V'achar Shmona Esrei Maschel Inyan Yeridas Hashefa Behadraga. After Shmona Esrei, when we get to Ashrei, and then Lamatzeh, Uvaltzian, and then we go to the other tefillas and Shir Shol Yom, and Kaveh, and then Aleinu Shabeach as it seals it. Anyway, this when you get there in the Kabbalistic Sidurim, it'll show you that you're going down you're moving down from the worlds now, because you have captured what you need to capture, and now you're bringing down these gifts back down to see you through those 4 worlds. Again, I'll read the words again. Amazing words. For Achar Shmona Esrei, and after Shmona Esrei, Maschel Inyan begins the Inyan of Yeridas HaShefa Ba'adraga, of the Shefa, the blessing coming down in levels. Turn the page to Kuf Tzadik. No, sorry. Kuf Pei Ches. Shehu Keyoytze Mi Beis HaMelech Derech Kol HaChadarim Ve'Yicholei Shenichnas. It's as if to say in this world that a person has visited the king, had his audience with his majesty, and now he's coming out of the palace. Shehu Keyoytze Mi Beis HaMelech. It's as if a person is leaving the palace of the king, Derech Kol HaChadarim, through all the rooms, Ve'Yicholois, the rooms, the hallways, the shenichnas that he entered through, and makabel praz be'ad tfilasoi, and he is coming back with gifts from his davening, from his prayer. The hashbois toivois, and he's coming down with hashbois toivois, good hashbois, good blessings, shel chayim, of life, bracha, blessing, v'sholem, and peace, the whole toivsel, and all good things forever. We should. We're out of. We'll stop here. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for coming. Everyone, keep in mind to put on your calendars. Ramata Frank is coming in a week in Yetz Hashem from this Tuesday. Do not miss it. Thank you, gentlemen.